Hi everyone, this is HMNS video number 36 and you are most welcome for it. Today we want to talk about bullets and numbering in Microsoft Word. And I'm going to show you the professional ways of applying bullets and numbering to your list in a Word document. Like for example, we have here a list of men's names and you can see instead of using just a default bullet in Microsoft Word, I've put there the symbols for men to show that those are the list of men. Then also the same for women. If I scroll down also the list of red class students, you can see I've put there the symbols corresponding to the gender and also indicated it using the red color. Then also the same for the list of blue class students. Using symbols like that adds into the information you are sending out. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. And also one of the mistakes I've seen many people always make, people use bullets where they're supposed to use numbering, and also sometimes they use numbering where they're supposed to use bullets. And I'm going to show you exactly when you should use numbering and when you should use bullet to your list. Let's switch on to it and we get to know more about bullets and numbering in Microsoft Word. Once you've already opened a Word document like this one, when you go to the Home tab and on the Paragraphs group, this is the bullets command and this is the numbering command. Now when you come to the drop-down arrow on your bullets command, you can see it saying create a bullet list. When you click on that drop-down arrow, it opens for you the bullet library, as you can see. Now the bullet library always has some inbuilt bullets. As you can see, these are some of the inbuilt bullets that comes with Microsoft Word. You might have already seen most of them. Also, when you come to the numbering command, you can also see it saying create a numbered list. So when you click on that drop-down arrow, it also opens for you the numbering library. And these are some of the inbuilt numbering options we have. So I'm going to click outside. Now when we were beginning this video, I told you about the mistake very many people always do make. Like for example, this is talking about the top 10 causes of death in the world in the year 2024. If you have a list which is talking about the top 10 like this is a situation where you should use numbering, not bullets. But let me just show you what happens when you use the bullet. In order for you to apply bullets, you need to first highlight your list like this. Then you come to the bullet command. Now, when you simply click the command like this, it applies for you the default bullet, which is this one here. But if you want to change it, you can actually come to this drop-down arrow, then you change it to any you want. Like for example, you can change it to this one or a tick like this. But now this one is talking about the top 10 causes of death. That means people should clearly see which one is number 4, which one is number 7, which one is number 8, just like that. But when you use a bullet like this, it's actually very difficult for someone to see and know the numbers for each unless you count it, most especially those ones that are beyond number 5. That's the reason why you should use numbering instead of bullets on a situation like this one. So I'm going to highlight this. Instead of using bullets, I'm going back to the numbering. Now also on the numbering command, when you simply click on the command, it applies for you the default numbering, which is numbers as you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. When we applied the bullets, it was actually difficult for you to realize that lung cancer was actually number 6. But when you applied numbering like this, you can simply see that lung cancer is actually number 6. But also if you don't want to use the default numbering like this one, you can simply highlight your list, then you come back to this drop-down arrow. The recently used number formats just shows you the options you have used in your document recently. As you have seen, we use this one. That's why it's shown on the recently used number formats. But if you want to change it to something else like this one, which is having bracket, you can simply click on it. So now I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And then also we have the top 3 marriage problems. Now since we're having only 3 options on our list, when you come to the numbering drop down like this, you can actually use any of the numbering options you have here. Even if you use alphabets like this one, someone can easily see it. Like for example, if I use alphabetical order, you can easily translate even the C to B3, B to B2, A to B1. If the options in your list are actually very many, like here we had 10 of them, you need to use numerical numbers like 1, 2, 3, so that someone can easily see it and understand that this is actually number 8, this is number 2, this is number 5, just like that. But if your list is not having very many options, like here we had only 3, you can actually use any of those ones. You can use alphabetical order, Roman numerals, so you can use numbers. Then also when I scroll down a little bit, we have here the top 5 largest animals, as you can see. This is also a situation where you need to use numbering. So when I highlight it, then I come to the drop down arrow for numbering, you click. I'm going to use Roman numerals this time around. You can click on it and you can see. Now the rule I always use, if the options are more than 5, I use numerical numbers because when it goes beyond 5, it's actually now very difficult for someone to start relating the numbers from maybe Roman numerals to numerical numbers or from alphabet to numerical numbers. So if the list is still 5 and less, you can use any of the numbering options. But if it's more than 5, that's when you need to use now the numerical numbers. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Now, when you come to this one, we are having the list of domestic animals. This is now the situation where you can use bullets. And since this one is talking about the list of domestic animals, someone might think of using animal symbols, but they are actually different animals, as you can see here. We have dog, cat, goat, sheep. So you can accidentally use the symbol for dog for all the animals, and that one will actually contradict your information. But you can actually use the default bullets we have in Word also. So when I highlight this, then I come to this drop-down arrow, I can actually use any of these bullets. Now, when I come here, like for example, let me use this bullet here. When I click on this bullet, my list gets the bullet, as you can see. But when I get back to the bullets command and click on the drop-down arrow, we talked about the recently used bullets. This is the bullet library. Now, when you start applying bullets to your list, down here, there's actually one group that is added, the document bullets. These are actually the bullets that you have already used on your document. They're actually listed here. In most cases, they're always the same as the recently used bullets when you are still working on that document. So I'm going to click outside here. Also, here we have the list of Microsoft applications being handled by HM&S YouTube channel. This is also a situation where you can use bullets, but you can use any of the bullets in the bullet library. But I'm going to show you one cool thing. I'm going to highlight this, and when I click on this drop-down arrow, you're actually not limited to only the bullets you're seeing on the bullet library. When you come down here, we have what is called the Define New Bullet. When you click on it, it opens for you the Define New Bullet dialog box. Now, this dialog box has a lot. First of all, it has symbols, pictures, and font. So you can actually use symbol for your bullets, you can use picture for your bullet, or you can also customize the font for your bullets. For this case, I'm going to use pictures. So when I click on these pictures, it gives you these options here. You can actually choose the picture from files. That means you're browsing the file on your computer. You have already stored the file on your computer or the picture on your computer. So you're just going to get it from there. You can also use stock images, online pictures, or from icons. But you need to be very careful when you're using stock images or online pictures. You need to be very sure that the pictures you are using doesn't have any copyright issues. If the pictures you are going to use has some copyrights, then it's better you doesn't use it or you first get permission for using it. But for our case, let's get the pictures from our computer. Now, first of all, let me first close this one. I'm going to do this one at a time. Let me also close this dialog box. I'm going to start by Excel. So I'm going to highlight Excel, then come to the bullets command, click on the drop-down arrow. Then I'm going to come down here, define new bullet. Now it opens for me this. I'm going to go to pictures, click on from file. Then when I click on from file, it will open for me the browse. So I'm going to go to the desktop. I have this. So this is Excel. So I'm going to click on the Excel logo, which is this one. You can see the name is here. Then I come down here and click on insert. Now, as you can see from the define new bullet dialog box, you can see the preview from this large box here. So when you are done, you can click OK. And you can see the picture for Excel icon has already been used as the bullet. But if you're using the picture, you need to be aware that the picture is going to be very small, as you can see from this one here. Then I'm also going to do the word click. When you simply go back to the command and you click on the command like this, it will apply for you the most recent bullet you have put there, which is actually, for our case, it was a picture for Excel icon. But that's actually not what we want. Instead of clicking the command, I'm going to click on the drop-down arrow. Then come down again to define new bullet. When you click on it, this time around I'm going to pictures, from file, and then I'm going to click on word logo, come to insert. I can see the preview, then you click OK. So that's actually how you can do it. Let's do one more. PowerPoint, drop down arrow, define new bullet, pictures, from file, click on PowerPoint logo, then you click insert. The preview is here, click OK. So that's actually how you can use pictures as a bullet. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Now here we have the list of men in our group. So I'm going to highlight the list of the men. So when I come back to the bullet icon, I'm going to click on the drop down arrow. Instead of using any of the options in the bullet library, I'm going to show you how you can use symbols. So I'm going back to the define new bullet. So when you click on it, this time around, let's click on symbol. So I'm going to click on symbol. Now, there are actually a lot of symbols as you can see from here. And these symbols are actually fonts. I'm going to click on this drop down arrow. These symbols are actually categorized into very many groups as you can see here. But the one I want is under WebDing. So I'm going to type WebDings, then click on it. Now once you do that, it will automatically take me to where WebDings are. I'm not seeing the symbols for men here. So let me first scroll up a little bit as I look for it. I've already seen the symbols I want, they are here. So these are the list of men. So I'm going to click on the symbols for men, which is this one here. And when I come down here, the Unicode name is WebDing 130. I can simply come and click OK. And when I click OK, you can see it puts for me the symbol as bullets. We have one more example here. This is showing the list of students in the red class. Now for this case, I want to use the symbols for men and women depending on the names here. And those symbols, I want them to be in red color, since these are the list of students in the red class. So let's start with Alphonse. So I'm going to highlight Alphonse. This is a man. Since we recently used the symbol for men, I can simply click. So this is Courtney. This is a woman. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, come to define new bullets, click on symbols. It has remembered the WebDings. So I'm going to come here. This is the symbol for a woman. I'm going to click on it. And when I click OK, and then again click OK, you can see this is actually a man, this is a woman. Now I can go ahead and first finish the women. This one is a woman. I'm going to click. Also for men, this is actually Brian. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow. No, I've accidentally clicked on the command instead of clicking on the drop down arrow. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow to change it. Now, since we have already used it, we have it on the recently applied bullets here. We also have it on the document bullets here. You can actually use any of those two to apply it. We also have it on the bullet library now. So instead of going back to the define new bullet, then you go to symbols, you can simply use it from any of these options here. So this time around, I'm going to click on it from the document bullets. I'm going to click on this icon here. As you can see, for Brian, the icon for a man has already been applied. I'm going to click on Gage. This is also a man. Click on the drop down arrow. This time around, let's use the recently used bullets. So I'm going to click Andrew, drop down arrow. Let's get from the one added to the bullet library. I'm going to click. Now, these icons are actually very small. So let's see how we can actually increase the size of those icons. If you want to change the size of your bullets, you need to highlight your list. Then you come to the bullet drop down arrow. You need to come back to the define new bullets, which is this one here. Now this time around, we are going to font. So when you click on font, it opens for you the font dialog box. Now from here, you can do all sorts of things. You can bold it. You can change the size. You can change the font color. Since this is a list of students in the red class, what we are going to do first, we are going to come to the font color, click on this drop down arrow, then we select red. That is the first thing we are going to do. Then secondly, I'm going to come to the size. Then I'm going to change the size to 24. And you can already see the preview from here. It's starting to look a little bit bigger. When you are done, you just need to click OK. And you can see the preview. When you click OK again, you can see the size of the icon is increased now. Now I can see that it's actually very difficult for you to differentiate between the one for a woman and the one for a man. But let me first do this. When I highlight the woman like this, then I hold Control, highlight Winnie. That means I'm highlighting two things that are actually not close to each other. You highlight the first one, hold down the Control, highlight the second one. So when I come to the drop down arrow, this is the icon for woman. Let me first apply it. With all of them still highlighted, I'm going back to the bullets. I'm going to come to define new bullet. Then I'm going to come to font. I want it also to be red, but I want to differentiate women from men by using an underline. So I'm going to come to the underline. Then I'm going to select these two underlines. Then also have the underline color also to be red. You can see the preview from here. So when I click OK, again I click OK, You can now clearly differentiate the women from the men just from seeing the lists of the students in the red class. Now, those are some of the things that you can do when you are applying bullets and numbering to your document. Those are what I wanted to share with you about bullets and numbering in Microsoft Word. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you found this video interesting, give it a like, then you share it with your friends. This is a video where we talked about styles in Microsoft Word. You can click on it, then you go and watch it. Until next video, HMNS video number 37, then we meet again. Thank you.